Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. It's Doug here, Doug Mystic on Board Game Geek, Doug Herring on YouTube, and Doug Mystic on YouTube, blah blah blah. I've gone through this before. You can also follow me on Twitter at Doug Mystic Eye. Please do that because when I announce things I'm going to be doing, that's typically where I start, and that way you'll be able to follow along with other things and events that I have happening during play. Now, we're going to get started with our next episode of this game, which is great. I'm enjoying it immensely. I do have a couple of corrections to make, so I'm going to get to those right away. We are playing with George, our Outcast Brotherhood member, who is running around in his powered armor. And even though his miniature shows a big minigun, he doesn't actually have one. He has a pipe rifle currently. And then we have our Vault Dweller, Daniel. He's running around too, trying to get some things done. And that actually is going to involve our first correction, I think. So let's talk about that. So Daniel is here in this space. Now, in the last round, he killed a critter. It was a, I believe it was... I don't remember which character it was. It might have been, it wasn't a regulator later, it was this guy here, I think, this bandit scum. And I actually had 2 hits on him. So the first round when I missed him, I actually had 2 hits and I didn't look at it right. So he would have accomplished that goal and probably had decided to move out into another space or something. I believe, because he would have absolutely killed the guy, and I don't think, because these guys all moved into the space. So I don't think, I'm not going to correct that, I just wanted to point it out. I'm just going to leave it alone. We're going to continue on. The other one is about enemies being left in the space. So if an enemy appears on the board, like this, like the one appears there, and you fight it and you do not defeat it, it does stay in there in the space. But if you draw a critter or creature from an event, like we did with this Stingwing, that was part of a draw, and we fight it, it is discarded at the end of that fight. It does not remain on the board. So again, I'm not going to bother going back. I just wanted to make those notes because there's some subtleties in the rules, and if I'm not constantly looking at them, I'm missing some of them. So and while filming, it's difficult to keep flipping through the rules book, even though it's not that complicated, just some subtle things that you need to know, like that. So we're going to get started. Like I said, I'm not going to go back and make any of the actual corrections to it. I'm just letting you know because I don't want to change the flow of the game at this point in time. And I seem to be impacting these guys equally, except for George is really having a great, great run. All right, so let's get started. In fact, we're going to get started with George. So George is surrounded by enemies, and I think he wants to get out of there. So we're going to take a move action. First, we're going to move to here. Now, this road is cool because it allows us to move anywhere along there. That's pretty neat. So he's going to move to there, but that's not where we're going to stop. He's going to use his powered armor ability, because remember, he's slower in power armor. But if he pays a cap, he can move further. In other words, he's charging his power armor up. So he's going to do that. Spend that cap, and he's going to move into the Institute ruins there, level 4 ruins, to try and accomplish one of the goals that he has. Now, that was his first action. So for his second action, he's going to try and resolve this resonance quest card. It says you tear the person apart, but they look like flesh and blood. Messy amongst their effects, however, a transponder marked with the Vitruvian Man, the words "the Institute" and the coordinates to the old ruins of the Commonwealth Institute of Technology. So we followed the coordinates and explore the CIT ruins. That's what we're going to do right now. He's kind of taking a chance here because he's only got one of these skills. He needs 4, and he's only got the intelligence to roll against. So he wants to try and accomplish this before our. He's not entirely sure of the motives of our other players, so he's going to try and accomplish this goal. Now, technically, I'm not looking at the rewards anymore, even though you can see them. I'm not reading them on purpose, and I think I should just try and cover them up as we go, but that's a little difficult. So maybe what I'll do is take one of the used cards that we've already gotten out of the game and use it to cover the results. That'll work. Okay, let's go to the table and do this. Okay, so we know we need to roll a 4. That's pretty steep. We have 1 reroll because we have intelligence as part of our stats, our special stats. So let's roll and see what we get. Well, we got a bad roll, so we only got 2. We got 1 reroll. How many do we want to reroll? I think I could reroll all of them and try and get some pairs, right? let's do that. I don't think that, I mean, the risk is not that great because there's, well, unless I make the mistake of doing that. So he failed in that. That means nothing happened. So his second action was to go there and attempt that. He did not succeed. So that card is going to go back, and we're going to end his turn. Now, he does have an aggressive enemy next to him that's going to drop loot, as does our guy, our Vault Dweller. But I think the Vault Dweller might just try and take this guy on. I'm not sure. And I know that I need to hit him in the body and the leg, so it's not, and he needs 2 hits. So we do have some damage on us, but that's okay. We're not in range of anybody else attacking us, and if we can clear that spot, we can maybe... Okay, now we're moving on to our Vault Dweller, Daniel. He is there in the middle of the Raider camp, and you see he's got an aggressive psycho there that's going to be the Raider. If we move into his space, the actual definition of what being aggressive means from the enemies is when an enemy moves into your space or you move into its space, you immediately fight. So we can move out of its space with no problem, but do we want to take him on, I guess, is the question of the day. And my thought is we don't have a lot of loot. We're kind of damaged, but not severely so. And if he clears them out, he can do another explore in that ruins before moving on to try and conquer an actual mission. As you can see, even with one reroll, trying to conquer some of these missions is not very easy to do. So I think we're going to do that. Let's take this guy on and see if we can get this Raider Psycho put to bed. Besides the fact that we need more experience. Now, we don't have any rerolls, so this is it, guys. I mean, we got to get a leg and a body to try and defeat this guy, though he does drop loot. We need 2 hits. Let's see if we can get him. And, wow, we got none of it. That is insane, and we took 3 points of damage. That means he's going to take another 4 hits. We're just getting so unlucky with this, guys. It's unreal. Okay, so the reason he's going to take 4 hits is because each one of these pips is worth 2 because he's level 2. We actually didn't hit anything. We just totally whiffed on that guy. That is amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an additional... We have armor, so one of these pips is gone. That's going to leave us with 4 hits. So we're going to go down to 6. We got to get out of there, guys. That was a risk. We took it. It didn't happen for us. Now here's a problem. We can't... It's going to be actually very difficult for us to get to Diamond City. We're going to have to go that way anyway because we got to skirt this terrain. See that red outline? That's difficult terrain, and we can't actually just run by that like it's nothing. So I think what we're going to do is for our next action is we're going to boogie on from this guy. This super mutant's close too, so that's kind of frightening as well. We could circle around this way and explore, but we don't have the time for that because if we do that, we might get attacked by this guy. It's hard to say. At least he's only level 1. We might survive it. We could stay there and just rest and gain 3 hit points back. This guy is aggressive, though. So if he activates, he's going to attack us. Let's see. What should we do? I hate giving up on these missions, though. We're getting behind because we can't seem to accomplish anything. So I think what we'll do is we're going to take a chance there and move in. We got to take some chances. The worst thing that happens when he dies at this point, because he's got no rads really, no radiation damage to speak of, is he'll just go back to his starting spot. So that's going to be the end of his turn. That's going to be the end of the round. Let's go back to we're going to see what happens and see which guys activate and how bad this gets for us right now. Daniel runs into George at the ruins, at the Institute ruins, but sees how well George is doing. He's quite envious. So let's see what we get. Insects are going to activate. Well, that's good. That's the only thing that's going to activate this round. So let's take a... We only have 1 on the board, so it's going to move 1. That's the only insect we have. So we're in good shape there. That's going to end the round, and we're going to wrap back around to George's turn. Now, once this deck is gone, we're going to reshuffle it, and then our Vault Dweller becomes the first player. So we're going back to our guy there. He is going to, I think, attempt that... His first action, he'll attempt that resonance quest again. So again, he's got 1 reroll, so I mean he can pull this off. He's going to try before the other guy does, because now he knows that our other player doesn't have any rerolls and no real way to influence this, so it kind of sucks. But let's see what we get here. Well, we got 3 of 4 again. We're going to have to reroll. I think we only reroll 1 die. There's a chance for, let me see, there's only 1 face. We'll keep one success just for the heck of it. See if we can keep that success going and see if we can get 2 more. Well, he actually did worse. So again, I think trying to do this without enough rerolls is just a waste of time. So for his second action, he's going to... What's he going to do there? I mean, he could explore the ruins. We could check this place out and draw a ruins card and see if we get some more stuff, maybe some experience, something that'll help us. Or we could explore a new tile, see what we get with these other tiles. Maybe there's something helpful there. Let's draw a ruins encounter. Let's do that. There's no enemies there, so he can do this with no problem. So we're going to get the encounter deck out. Getting a 4 with only 1 reroll is really tough. So let's see what happens here. So we got this. I'm going to take another one of our burn cards, and we're just going to read the top part here, and I'll see what we get. Okay, you encounter a rusted and damaged Mr. Handy Robot. Whoa, man, far out, it says. It seems to be wandering aimlessly. There aren't any people around. Okay, so we can leave the robot and loot the building, or we can do what? Reprogram the robot. So either one requires a roll. We can loot the robot, or leave the robot and loot the building, which requires nothing. We just do it. Or we can do a check. It's a 4 again with an intelligence and... Oh, he's got both? No. Yes, he's got both skills. So we're going to try and reprogram the robot, I think. Let's give that a go. Let's give that a go. Okay. So we're going to reprogram the robot. He's got 2 rerolls because he's got both that and that in his special slots. And that's what it requires. So we're going to see if we can reprogram this guy. I don't know what happens if we do. Hopefully we get lucky. I'm sure we get him or something, but let's see. Well, we got 1 success there. We'll keep that, I guess. We need 4. Man, this is really rough. Okay, there's another one. I don't think that's going to help us. I think we're going to re-roll both of them again. And we did it. Finally got a success. Sorry, was that off camera? Yeah, just a little bit. We got 2, 3, 4. So we actually succeeded. Let's see what we get from this and what happens. Okay, success. Ooh, if we had failed, we would have had to fight him. I'm glad we didn't fail. Success. Defense protocol sounds useful. The robot loses its calm demeanor and says, identify target. Choose and kill 1 enemy within 2 spaces. Just kill it? Okay, that's a no-brainer. All right, and then what? I guess this just gets discarded. Bye-bye, super mutant. Our Mr. Handy Robot went and took you out. That thing is gone, because I was worried about it coming to our space and killing us. Because that's not... It could potentially do 12 points, massive amounts of damage. So that is discarded and gone, and the Mr. Handy Robot done killed it. Thank you, Mr. Handy Robot. Okay, that is going to be the end. That was an effective enough turn. He didn't get any loot out of it, didn't get experience, he just killed it. But that's okay. That worked out pretty well, and is any enemy within 2 spaces. Okay, so next we're going to move on to our Vault Dweller Daniel. He is still there in the ruins. I think he might try this resonance check again. I mean, maybe he can get lucky. I don't know. And if not, he'll do the same thing and search these ruins. Once again, he's got 1 reroll on this. So maybe we can get lucky and see if we can get it. Okay, so we got... Oh, look, that's not... terrible because we have 2 successes right there. So if we can get 2 successes on here with his 1 reroll, we win. We did not. We got 3. Ah, oh, man, so close. Does he waste his turn and try again? Man. I mean, we're going to get jumped too at some point. That is not a good thing. Man, I just don't know if that's worth doing, guys. We could head on to Diamond City and try and do these other things. You know, or we could go back to that Raider camp. See, we had this thing. We could have done this one at the Raider camp. It just says track her through the wasteland and take her out at the Raider camp. We could have done that. But I don't know. God, if we can get this before him, it really pays off for us. I think. I don't know. Let's try it again. Waste a turn, try again. See if we can succeed at it. Well, there we go. Man, I'm glad I did that. He got it in the first roll. Boom! Look at that. 2, 3, and 4. And we needed a 4. We don't even need our reroll. So what do we get? Well, we advance the Institute again. So I don't know if that's good for him or not, but we know that it is okay. And we get 3 caps. Yay, he finally got some money. Maybe he'll get some experience. I don't know. And we're going to stage card 18 and 67 and then trash this card. So let's get out the deck, and we're going to find 18 and 67. Let's see what we do there. Okay, there's 18, and we're going to look for 67 as well. That's pretty deep in the quests. Okay, there they are, and we'll start with the first one. Okay, the Vault Rumors. All right. Oh, this is cool. Oh, neat. Okay, I'm assuming something out of this. I don't even know. I guess we can block. So we're going to trash this resonance card, so it's going to go away. We did that one. Okay, and we're going to read this. Okay, every year, new unfortunates appear out of the wasteland, claiming to have been banished from an underground bunker made before the war by a company called Vault Tech. Perhaps it's worth investigating. 1. Many of the Vault Exiles are caught by raiders. You might be able to get something off of one of them. Kill an enemy. And then the next thing is, see if you can find an exile who will sell you information. Go to a settlement and spend 4 caps. Okay, we'll keep that in play. I don't know. We'll see what we do there. And then we also have uncovered the Railroad 18. I guess this is the best way to do. Just take these cards that are no good anymore for this game and cover them up. Okay. Impressed by your resourcefulness and persistence, the Institute brings you into their trust. They are developing the most advanced technology ever conceived, but are threatened by criminals calling themselves the Railroad. Okay, place a star. Okay, we're going to do that. So we're going to place the star symbol now. I got to find it. It's in one of my bowls. Here it is. Place a star. Boop. There's one. In equal to survivors. So there's 2. Each on 1 settlement. 1 per settlement, starting with the highest level. We only have 1 settlement. So does that mean that on 1 per? So what? Oh, we have 2. We have more than 1 settlement. I take it back. Okay, here's what we're going to do. So the first of these is going right here, and then the second of these is going to go down here on the railroad, actually, which makes some sense. Okay, so we have 2 choices there. I'll just read them to you. We can hunt down and eliminate these criminals, the railroad agents, or we can locate the railroad headquarters and give them support. So we have 2 choices of that. We have to go all the way down the railroad. We have to go down to the railroad for one of them, and on the other one we just have to kill one of the stars. The railroad guys are right here. Let me show them to you. Okay, an underground group that believes the Institute synths are fully sapient beings. They are fighting to free the synths from Institute control. See, they're aggressive. They need to be hit in the head and legs, and they're X level. I got to see what X level actually means to us when it comes to an enemy token. So is X level, I'm sure, is equal to something, but it doesn't state what that is immediately, so we'll check it out. All right, guys, I will get back to you on that. We don't need to worry about that right at the moment, but we're going to continue on. So we succeeded at that, but it didn't really give us anything but 3 caps. So even though we uncovered we did our thing and trashed that card, we got 2 new quests staged, which is cool, but it really didn't do much for us in regards to giving us any stuff or anything like that. And, I mean, it didn't help us at all, really, because the other player can go after this stuff just as equally. And so we're going to keep that Vault Rumor and the Undiscovered Railroad and Duped currently in play. Those are our 3 quests. Okay, so the X for level is actually determined by where they're at on the influence chart right here. So right now these railroad guys are only level 1, so it's a good time to wipe them off the board if we can. But anyway, that was the end of the round, so let's go on and draw our next agenda card. Ouch, okay, well, let's do that. We're going to draw this. We're going to activate. Ooh, I'm glad we killed that mutant. He would have come after us. Wow. But we do place one out, I think, on the board. We do, in the space where there's a mutant space. I forgot to do that, so I have done that now. It's because it is going to activate this turn. We also get an insect and a super creature, a big baddie, but we don't have one. So the mutant and the insects are going to activate. So since we killed this one, right here we're going to have another one. It is going to be a super mutant brute, another level 3 dude. He just turns over, that's all he does. And then up on the farther part of the board, now I did that out of sequence. I should have flipped the mutant last, but it doesn't really matter. This guy's going to move 1 step closer. I think he'll move right there because that's actually closer than here. So he'll move into that space. The Rad Scorpion is coming our way. And that's going to end that round. So let's move on and see what we got going on with our next round with George here. Well, George has got some considerations to make. I think he might decide to go try and kill some of these railroad guys, or he might go after this vault roomer thing. All he has to do is kill an enemy. He could move right into one of these spaces with a raider and just take him out. We have to kill one of those types of enemies and maybe find some things in the vault. I think that's what he's going to do, actually. So we're going to take a move action. Man, the only one he can go after easily, he might get him jumped, but we're going to take a move action to right here with this enemy right there, and George is going to attack that raider in hopes of completing this quest. So let's go to the table and see if we can beat him. It's level 2. So again, he's got no rerolls. He has no rerolls, but he's got his good armor, so he's a little more ready to take the hits. You can see he hasn't taken a lot of damage like our other guy has. He's taken a ton. Okay, so we're going to go after this raider. It is level 2. We need to hit it in the torso and the legs. So let's roll and see what we get. Now, he would have attacked us anyway just for moving in there. We don't actually have to use a fight action, and that's why I did that. So he moved in. He's still going to have another action after he completes this. He did, in fact, kill the guy because he got 3 hits on him. That counts as a torso and a legs, and he also got another torso. But look at the damage he took. 4 hits. So he gets to wipe that out because of his armor. So those 2 pips are gone because, as a refresher, his power armor gives him 2 points, and it takes away each one of those. Now, each one of these pips is equal to the level, so this is additional 4 points. So he's at 15, so he's going down 13 down to 11. He took some hits, but he killed that guy. That's going to give him 2 more experience. So he's going to go, just do the experience here, 1 and 2, so he's right there. And then he will get a loot, so we're going to go draw a loot out and see what he gets. Okay, here's the loot deck. Let's just give it a quick cut, and we'll get 1 loot card and see what... I guess that's his loot card right there, the one that fell out. Let's see what we get. Metal armor. It gives him an additional 1 armor, but he can't actually... It says item apparel, and it does take up the space. Of course, he's not going to use that because he's got his power armor. He'll put it in his inventory. Now he's full on inventory. He's got 3 things. He can sell that at some point if he needs to, and our other guy is jealous because that is better armor than we have. In the vault suit, he can actually layer something on top of it and could have given himself 2 armor if he'd gotten that. But we also then completed this quest. Okay, so many of the vault exiles are caught by raiders. You might be able to get something off of one of them. So we killed a raider, and here's what we get. We're going to get another agenda point, and that's good because each card is worth a point. Plus, if we turn them over and reveal them, we also get the extra points from that. And we're going to stage 68 and then trash this card. So what we're going to do is we're going to get another agenda card, but I'm not going to show it to you because his are secret. And then we're going to get card 68 out. Right, 68, yes, 68. And see what that gives us. It's going to be another quest. He's doing really well, George. He's kind of running around the battlefield just taking names, right? Okay, so here's what we got. The raiders had one of the vault dwellers' wrist-mounted computers on them. With this, you should be able to contact the people on the inside of the vault and interact with its computer. Okay, there are some supposed exiles from the vault around town. One of them might be able to show you how to use the Pip-Boy. We can go to any settlement, and we have to make a test. Okay, and then we're not going to read the results of that. And it says the other one is the Pip-Boy should be able to interface directly with the vault entrance, but you'll need an extra set of hands to get there. So we have to go to Vault 84, which is not on the map yet. It is not. So we have to go there and have a companion. So that's going to be the current quest. It's probably easier to go see if we can get the Pip-Boy used. But anyway, that was it. He succeeded at doing that. He killed the raider and succeeded at that quest, which drew this quest out. And then we trashed this one. And that was the reward, was getting the vault location farther advanced. So that's it for him. Now we're going to move on to our vault dweller. Well, Daniel's not feeling too good about himself right now. He's not getting very far. We need stuff. We need to be able to get these quests completed, which means he needs rerolls and items. you know, those are really helping George a lot. So he's going to spend his first action exploring in the ruins there. Or, yeah, he's going to do, it's not an explorer actually, it's an encounter action. He's going to encounter the city CIT ruins there and see what we can come up with. Hopefully something worthwhile. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, we're going to read this and see. Okay, a valuable asset hangs from the ceiling of a large room. Debris and green light surround it. Huh, you're pretty sure this is some sort of a trap. Flip the top card of this deck face up. So here's the top card. It's a stim pack. It's not his yet, though. Now, we can make this, actually, we can do two things. You could get it out and quickly enough, you think. Agility and luck 4. Well, we have luck. We get a reroll. Or we can do this. We can send someone else in for it. We don't have a companion, so we can't do that. Here's our choices. We can search a different room as well. I don't know. I think... So, our choices. Get this item, search a different room. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to search different rooms. This is clearly a trap, and we only have one reroll. And you know what I need to not do is take more damage. Oh, heck with that stim pack, though. That stim pack just heals us. I mean, we could use some healing, that's for sure. We just don't want to take more damage. I think we're going to search a different room. Okay, here's the results of that. It says, a trap is a trap, not worth it. Okay, so we're going to gain a loot. All right, let me do that. We're going to gain a loot, and we're going to discard this stim pack. That's too bad, because stim packs are, I think, pretty rare and pretty good, but I just don't think it was worth it for that level of a test. So, guys, as I understand this, I think we just hit the jackpot, okay? Because that institute, that CIT Ruins Institute, is a level 4. And this symbol tells me that I'm going to draw as many loot cards times the level of the CIT Ruins, which is 4. So unless I'm wrong, and I don't think I am, I'm going to be drawing 4 new loot cards for this guy. They say just hit the jackpot there. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, there was nothing that happened bad to me there. I went into another room. I took the chance as opposed to took the thing we knew over the test. So it's a trap, not worth it. It says loot times encounter level, which is 4. Discard the card. We did that. So we're going to get these 4 cards. We get the astounding. Well, this card is going to go into the discard pile. And this one's going to go back here. Let's look at the stuff we got. When you camp, if you do not have luck, you may discard this card to gain 2 experience points. So we do. So this really doesn't have any value for us, but it does go in our inventory. An iBot, a companion robot, requires... We got 2 companions. I think we only have 1 though, right? Exhaust during the turn. Until the end of your turn, you may perform non-fight actions as if you are in any space adjacent to you. If you are adjacent to an unexplored tile, keep this companion when it unexhausts. Okay. So we got that choice. We also have a Cogsworth. You know, we know Cogsworth from the game if you played the game. Exhaust to trade 1 with other survivor anywhere on the map. So he's... Okay, I'm going to put him in the inventory. Cogsworth is cool, but that guy's better. And then we got water. During your turn, you may discard this card to recover 5 hit points, but we suffer a rad. Okay, that was our first action, guys. That wasn't too bad. I think for his second action, he's going to rest. He's not an immediate threat, and we need some health back. So he's going to rest. That's going to give him 3 points back. 1, 2, 3. And he gets the well-rested token. I got to find that one. Here it is. So he is now well-rested and beloved, or whatever that is, admired, adorned, adoned, whatever the word is that one is. I have to look it up again. Anyway, he's got those 2 traits currently. Now, the rested trait goes away as soon as he fights something. But anyway, so it's the idolized is the other one. Okay, so that's going to be the end of his turn. That's the end of both turns again. That was pretty good, very good turn for him. We're going to definitely use the iBot for sure. Plus, he's got the other stuff. He can, if nothing else, he can sell those, and he's got a way to recover some hit points. Okay, let's turn this over and see what we get. What's going to activate? Ooh, all of the guys. So bots, that's Not good for our George. The raiders, the bots, and the railroad are going to activate. That's the railroad right there. So let's activate all those dudes. Railroad guys are easy. This one's going to move here. This one's going to move there. That's really it. Now we got this guy here. He is not aggressive, so he moves into there, but he's not attacking. And then the raiders move. So the raiders are going to move one here. That puts him one closer to both of those. He's not ranged, so we're okay. And then this raider moves down here. He is not. He is ranged, but he's still, well, yeah, he can attack him, but he's not aggressive. So he activated and moved. That was his entire activation. So that's really all that happens. They're starting to surround us, though, and come in our direction because we're making a lot of noise and banging around the wilderness, right? So that is going to be the end of that encounter. And I'm just going to double check a couple things, make sure I got that right, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got all that right. They're not attacking because he doesn't have range, so he's not aggressive. And they both moved, but they don't get to attack. Now, if they activate again, they will. So I think George is going to want to get the heck out of there, right? Anyway, let's continue on. You know what? George is going to take a chance and attack Mr. Gutsy. Mr. Gutsy doesn't give him any stuff, but he is worth 2 experience points, and that would get him leveled up. So he's going to do that. We're going to take Mr. Gutsy Robot off the board for a moment, and we're going to go attack him. I really want to acquire a special that gives us some additional rerolls. We don't have any rerolls, but we can only hit him in the arms. So this is a risky attack, but we'll see. Worst case scenario is he takes some damage. Well, good news, guys. We got him. Look, those both have arms hits. So there's 2 hits. He has no armor, so we killed him. We get to get rid of 2 points, so we took 2 points of damage. I don't know, this armor on this character, I know he's slower, but man, that really helps him. And then we're going to get 2 experience points for killing him. So we're going to go 1 and then back around. So he's going to get to draw out of the cup. Let's see what he gets. We're going to draw 2 tokens out and see what he gets. He gets charisma and endurance. Well, those don't help with his items any further, but he is going to get something new. I think endurance is going to be more important for him, so we're going to take the endurance special and mix those back up, and that is going to be his first action. This guy is now gone, so we have killed another robot. That is cool. Or killed our first robot, actually. And then we're going to move on to his second turn, and I think, what's he going to do? We don't know. Let me think. I'm going to review the quest cards and see if he wants to go after anything there. You know, it's time to head toward a settlement. So for his action, he's going to move there, and then to put himself a safer distance away, he's going to spend a cap. That leaves him with 7. He's still got plenty of caps. And move into this space right here as he heads toward Diamond City. And if he encounters the railroad, so be it. Right? Not a big deal for him. That's going to end his turn. Now we're going to go on to our Vault Dweller, Daniel, see if he can get some things done. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go 1, 2 to there. He's heading toward Diamond City as well. And as for his second action, I could continue to move, but he's going to explore this tile right here and see what's underneath there. We're looking for this vault too, right? So we need to see if we can get something going on there. Well, we didn't find a vault. We do find another settlement. Put this guy here, I guess. I should look at that. I think I can put him anywhere I want. But we're going to also have a raider enemy pop up there. It is another psycho, second level raider psycho. And there's a settlement there as well called the Tower that we can go to. We know that from earlier games of Fallout. So that's his entire turn. That's going to be the end of the turn. So we're just going to draw our agenda card now, and that'll wrap up this round. Well, some crazy starts to happen with this agenda, right? Okay, so let's see. What do we got? Okay, well, it's interesting. The big mutant dude is going to move, as well as the Institute guy. So that's the first time they've moved. So he's just going to go. He's going right there. He can't get to our guy. He is not. Okay, he's not aggressive. He has a Y underneath his symbol. I got to look and see what that is. I think normally that equates to the level. So it's loot times the level of their place if you take him down. So that's pretty good. He's second level though. I'll double check that to make sure that and I'll show you what I'm talking about. See here, he has a Y. I got to look up and see what that means. I have to check that out. So anyway, that is going to be the movement for all those guys. Oh, the super mutant, he's got to move too. And he's going to move here to the railroad. He's passing through that direction, trying to get to our heroes. Okay, that is going to mark the end of our round. There's only one more card in the agenda deck, so George is going to give up his first player rights pretty darn soon. And we'll see. Nobody's declared an official allegiance yet to one of these factions. So we'll see, because I think everybody's kind of waiting to see which direction this is going in. It does look like it's going to be better off to side with the Institute than the Railroad in this case. And if we get to some settlements, we get to do some things, you know, like shop. We haven't been able to do any shopping. Both of them have enough money to buy some things. Now, some things are very expensive, but some things aren't. So we'll see. There's companions. There's all kinds of stuff we can get. And it seems like we have some of the skills for both. George is technically doing better than Daniel. He's got more of his specials filled in. He's got better items. And power armor is really, really effective. It's costing him his caps to keep moving and keep up with Daniel, but it hasn't really hurt him at all. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I know I've had a couple bumps, a couple of mistakes trying to play through this and learn it. There's some subtleties in the rules that you just got to keep up on. We're getting closer to it, though, and each game it gets better. So, guys, thanks again. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying this playthrough. And you know me, I like these storytelling games. This is telling a fun story, these guys trying to race around and accomplish this stuff. But it looks like if they're both wise, they're both going to side with the Institute and not the Railroad. We'll see how that goes. All right, guys, just to give you a reminder, let's talk about those agendas before we close this out, because it will make a difference. Now, we have two agendas, one for each, and we have declared an allegiance, so we can pick both of them. Remember, each one of these cards is worth 1, but we're also going to have +1 for each space that that they've moved up on. So far, the Institute is up to 3 right now, so that would be 3 points. 5 points, he's halfway to victory right there, because this card counts as 1 if he doesn't declare allegiance on it. And this one does the same thing, but it does it for the Railroad. So, and then it says at the start of your turn, you may reveal this card, declare your loyalty to them. So we may be declaring loyalties both for the Institute and see if we can race to win, because otherwise, whoever doesn't is going to be behind. The Railroad is not succeeding. So, guys, thanks again. I will talk to you next time, and I really appreciate all the subscriptions, all the great comments. Please go check out my channel update, because I talk about a giveaway, and if you want to participate in that giveaway, you need to know a couple things, like you need to be a subscriber, for example. So, and there's more than one giveaway going on. So take care. I will talk to you next time, and enjoy the rest of your day. Have fun.